Bunny, you look amazing. You look amazing, Bunny. You look amazing. Bunny, you look amazing. You look positively amazing. I can't even believe what's happening right now. You look so amazing. Look at Maisie looks amazing. She's reading the paper with Christopher. You look amazing, Bonnie. You look amazing. I just burned my hand. Yeah. That's why I didn't say to start filming earlier. Right. We're scallops today, yeah. And we started joking around, and I started saying, Bonnie looks amazing. So I get, like, excited when stupid jokes are happening. And I burned my hand pretty bad, taking the lid off of this pot. Not that bad, but I had to hold it under really cold water. This looks beautiful, Johnny. This is a garlic sauce. And there's cauliflower rice in there. Not too much, just enough to give some pizzazz. And we've got lots of garlic and nutritional yeast, olive oil, plant butter. That's what's missing, right? That's what's missing. This can be added at any time. Yeah, and you don't want to get burned. I can open it with my mouth. Yeah, okay, that I'll let you do. I'll let you do anything you can do with your mouth. Yeah, thanks, John. That's nice of you. You're very good with your mouth. Do not take it right into the gutter every fucking time. Please, I beg of you. Why not? You've always been that way, right? All guys are. Give them half a chance. A lot of girls, too. You're just a very sweet girl. Oh. Put a little more in. That's your shroomies. Yeah, we got some really good non-GMO dehydrated vegetables coming from this farm, I think in Pennsylvania. So we're going to be really cooking up a storm. We're going to have broccoli coming. We got corn. It's supposed to be really great. We can make corn fritters. That's going to be beautiful. Look, this is really nice, you know. This is what you got, a nice scallop in there. Hold on, let's see if we can get it in the sunlight a little. You got scallop in the pot. Bunny, you'll still look amazing. You still look amazing, Bunny. Amazing. Amazing Grace. Hello, little Richard. God, he looks amazing! He does. Bunny looks amazing. Thanks for not making me film everything today, John. That's all right. You're my sweet bunny rabbit. Thanks, honey. Now, look, this is what's going on. We usually make toast in the panini machine. What do you mean, What we do? Panini machine is a great thing, and it's a beautiful thing, you know, for grilled cheese and crap. Grilled cheese and crap. But, you know, this little pan is fine. Nice old-fashioned toast. Nice old-fashioned toast. Yes. That's the way we're doing it. That's the way we roll. We got one little end piece left. Oh, why don't you toast that up too? Because I don't want 3 pieces of bread. I just want 2. What? It's kind of stale. And no, it's not. I'm going to put it back in the fridge. You're wanting to give it to the birds. I think the birds would like it. All right. That's true. I have more bread coming tomorrow. There's this really good rye bread that I like that's coming. We're not fucking around here, folks. We're not fucking around. And then they'll be excited because this bread has like little sesame seeds on it. Product placement. Ezekiel. Sprouted bread. So delish. You're Trish. Still making some decisions about that utensil holder. And now we have, like, you know, it takes a little while for this bread to toast this way, but, you know, it's good. It's fine. It gives you some time to think about, what you're doing with your life. As far as us, we're toasting bread. But, what are you people doing out there? I made friends with this girl online. She's really cool, and she's a great music fan. And we really like her a lot. Her vibe is great, and she knows so much about rock and roll. All music, right, Bunny? Bunny, look at my side. It's crazy how good you look right now. But John pointed out to me, and I noticed it too. On her page, on her Quora page, she writes former musician. And John says, "Why? I want to write to her and tell her there are no former musicians, honey. You're still a musician. If you were a musician, you're still a musician." Bonnie, look at me. Amazing. So I didn't say that to her yet because I don't want to get pushy. Right. You're very tactful. Yeah. But I just said, "Come on, girl. Are you ready to rock today?" Yeah. Because I really like her vibe. I'm not going to say her name. I'm very tactful like that. But I want to know what she means by former musician. Because honestly, I had to stop playing musical instruments for a couple of years because of this hair wheelchair. Bunny! You're off the hook, Bunny. You're off the hook with the amazing thing, Bunny. You're off the hook with the... Look, he's humble. He's so humble right now. You want some tuna fish, Cookie Puss? I'm going to set you up. Why don't you give him fucking shreds? That's what they eat in here. Save the tuna fish for the bed. All right, you're going to get... Oh, my God. Bunny is lobbying for food, and he already had... You had shreds, Bun? He looks guilty as charged. That's it. No wonder he's not really climbing in this scallop pot. What are we talking about? Oh, so there are no former musicians, and I will bring that up to her, that I, Because even though, that's my point, I never felt like a former musician. I was like, I am still a musician. And that is always what I was. When I worked in an office, I would tell people, I'm a musician. I'm a singer-songwriter. And they'd be like, what are you doing in this office? And I was like, I have to pay fucking rent. But this is not me. This is not who I am. I was always very clear about that, right, John? Yes. And people would look at me like, what are you saying? You're not on the radio. And then I'd be like, well, I play the clubs in New York. I don't know if that means anything to you. And you do? Why are you doing this? I was like, you don't make money doing that. Unless, you're McDonough or whatever, blowing people and wearing bustiers. And I don't know. At the time that I was doing it, in the 80s, 70s, 80s, like the 70s, I missed out because the 70s were over and then the 80s came and the 80s really fucking did it for women, ugh. You had to be a certain way or the industry really did not want you. Mama Cass never would have gotten a shot in the 80s. Then all of a sudden they started with the heavier woman or the unorthodox looking, to say the least, women. I guess in the 2000s. I couldn't tell you when. But I will tell you one thing. You know that band Alabama Shakes? Yeah. Very heavy black girl. Great fucking voice. Great singer. Much heavier than me, right? Much heavier than me, than I ever was. And she hit with a couple of good songs. And I'll never forget that my cousin, Joanne, made it a point to call me up out of the blue. And I don't know if she thought she was doing me a favor or what. But she was like, I just saw this woman from Alabama Shakes. Have you heard of them? And I got excited. I thought she went to the concert. I was like, you saw her live? And she was like, oh no, I just saw her on a show. And, maybe you'll get your chance now, she said to me. And I just was like, what? Like, this is why you called me? I haven't fucking heard from you in like 5 years. And you called me to tell me, oh, fat girls are coming into style? Yeah. This was my cousin that supposedly loved me so much. I used to bring my whole band and play at her backyard barbecues for her and her snotty fucking Alcoholics Anonymous friends. They had all these Alcoholics Anonymous friends because her husband was an ex-alkie, but she was totally sucking down wine. I never understood how that relationship worked. It was an odd thing, I'll say that. Yeah. Some odd dynamics going on within that family that you'll never know about in this lifetime. But if you got a couple of minutes, I would fill you in on a few things. Yeah. Maybe later. Off camera. Okay. Anyway, I don't know what made me think of all this stuff, but it wears you down. People's ignorance and their uncouth. Like this woman, my cousin Joanne, prided herself on being like a very tactful, great person that really knew how to, schmooze people. And that's what she fucking said to me. Here's the thing. I don't think she was trying to make me feel bad. Right. I think she thought she was bringing something very important to my attention. Because she used to come to my shows. Yeah. She came to quite a few of my shows, like early on in the late 80s, early 90s, before I ever knew Chris. She came to a lot of shows with her husband. So she was a fan of me and my music and my bands, my various permutations or whatever you want to call it. But I guess she was just sitting there the whole time thinking to herself, geez, too bad she's too heavy for rock and roll. Yeah. And then this was like, okay, now I know what you've, I guess, always really thought of me, huh? Love you too, cuz. It's good to realize and to think back because people will hear about these retellings that we do, and they need to see themselves for what they are. That same cousin was the idiotic one who said to you, Lena, well, she didn't call you Lena, she called you Lynn. She said, I just read some things from your blog, and my husband, who's now crossed over, Tom, he loves your blog story so much. He just sits and laughs. He loves your writing. You should have been a writer. Why didn't you go in for writing? Yeah. She must be an idiot. Yeah. She must be but you just told me you loved my writing. So now you're telling me that I'm not a writer? Like, what are you talking about? That I'm not at that I'm not signing books at Barnes and Noble, I guess. That's what you mean. And I guess you also mean, it doesn't, maybe you also meant, for all I know, you also meant writers don't have to be skinny. They can look however they want. You getting angry? I was angry all the time at her. I thought she was a moron, and you always just loved her so much. What's new with her these days? She's not really doing so well. We'll pray for her. All right. I didn't think she was doing well, especially after everybody she knew and loved died. Her husband, her mother, her best friend, they all died like within a few months of each other. So we pray for her. All right, let's go. We got to go back. We got to feed some birdies. And guess what? Bunny looks at me. Bunny, you look a mess, hang. Mother? Yes. Would you like to do a song? I don't know any Alabama Shakes. Just do a little bit of my song, Susan. That sounds good. That sounds like it'll fit in with your cousin Joanne. Oh, Susan, you were clued in. You knew just how this thing would go. Prognosis next to hopeless from the very first word you know. Good enough. Thanks. Michael? Tell me how much more do you need? Take me to Walter Reed tonight. Baby, I've lost the will for fighting over everything. Well, here's a few things I've gotta say. Make no mistake, I'm mad. 'Cause every good thing I had abandoned me. Oh, sad and lonesome me. Oh, sad and lonesome me. So sad and lonesome me. Love you. Love you too.